Thank you, thank you. In 1851 in County Clare, Ireland, Michael Considine was born. He was born in a small crossroads village called Spancil Hill. Spancil Hill does not exist anymore. It was a very happening place in the mid-1800s, but it is not there anymore. It is just marked by a stone marker. This is the place where Spancil Hill used to be. As Michael Considine got older, he realized, as so many young Irishmen did at the time, that there was no future for him in Ireland with the potato famine and all the poverty and all the bad things that were happening there. And if he was going to make something of himself in the world, it needed to be someplace other than County Clare, Ireland. So across the ocean he came, and he came into the port of Boston. He was not in Boston but for a year when he came to the conclusion that there were a lot more Irish lads looking for work in Boston than there was work for them. And that if he was going to make something of himself in America, it was going to need to be somewhere else. So across the country he went. He had heard of the gold rush in San Francisco and the prosperity in California, and he went out there to take advantage of that. He settled in San Francisco. He spent the rest of his life in San Francisco, and he died in San Francisco in 1873 at the age of 22. History does not tell us what Michael Considine died of, but it does tell us this. When he was dying, when he was sick, he knew that he was dying. And he knew that he would never get home to Ireland. He knew that he would never get back to his village and see his family and friends again. Going back to Ireland was a mark of success for the Irish immigrants back then. To come to America and make enough money and have enough resources to be able to go back home and show your family, look at me, I went to America. I'm able to come back and visit you now. I was a success in America. That didn't happen for Michael Considine. He never went back. And that made him very sad. Not long before he died, he had a dream one night. And in the dream, he went back to Ireland. He visited Spancil Hill, and he visited his house, and he visited his family, and he saw his friends. He even visited his old girlfriend. He did all the things that he would have done had he had the opportunity to go back there and do it. When he woke up in the morning, he jotted down the dream. He remembered the dream, he jotted it all down, and he turned those notes into a poem. Thankfully, he had the foresight to take that poem and mail it back to Ireland to his nephew. That is how the poem is preserved all of these years. If he had not sent it to his nephew, it just would have been on a piece of paper and been gone. But it was kept. So this is Michael Considine's poem. Last night as I lay dreaming of pleasant days gone by, my mind was bent on rambling, to Erin's Isle I did fly. I stepped aboard a vision, I sailed off with a will, till we gladly came to anchor at the cross on Spancil Hill. It being the 23rd of June, the day before the fair, Erin's sons and daughters, they were all assembled there. The young, the old, the stout and the bold, they came to sport and kill. It's a curious combination at the fair on Spancil Hill. I went to see my old home, as every stone could tell. The old Boreen was just the same, the apple trees over the wells. I miss my sister Ellen, my brothers Pat and Bill. There only were strange faces at the house on Spancil Hill. I went to see my neighbors to hear what they might say. The old were getting feeble, The young ones turning gray. I met with Taylor Quigley. He's brave as ever still. He used to mend my breeches when I lived on Spancil Hill. I took a flying visit to my first and only love. She's pure as any lily, she's gentle as a dove. She threw her arms around me, saying, Michael, I love you still. She's Mac the ranger's daughter, she's the pride of Spancil Hill. And then I stooped to kiss her, as I did in days of yore. She said, Michael, you're only joking, as you often were before. The cock crew in the morning, he crew both loud and shrill. I awoke in California, far, far from Spancil Hill. And when my vision faded, tears came to my eyes. I'd hoped to see that dear old land once more before I died. May the joyous King of Angels his choicest blessings spill on that glorious piece of nature, the cross on Spancil Hill.